Welcome back to Death and Taxes. In the last episode, boy, we're getting confused about what's good things to do and what's not. But it is what it is. Let's go. We got a cactus. Come sit over here, cactus. Alright, ex-child actor found dead at the Path of Glory commune after police raid, drug overdose suspected, mass suicide at the Path of Glory, entire commune dead by what looks like an overdose at the behest of notable speaker and cult leader, Mercury St. Johannes. Rector of Sidoston High School found dead, guess they're a director now, local jokester notes. A heartwarming tale, world's oldest person visited by their children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren in largest ever family gathering. Popular political commentator dies of a heart attack. Reports coming in, it seems a hostage situation may be taking place at the courthouse. Rowdy parties on the rise, causing disturbances in various neighborhoods. Daygrim, the world is a wondrous thing. Oh, what I have seen out here. Now, do try to balance out the turmoil of yesterday. Success can be forged, but with a handful of deaths, yes? 3 humans have to die. Spare any with a law background. Aaron is a small-time criminal selling low-grade narcotics to those who just want to party. Lately, they've started experimenting with different chemical compounds to figure out if they could concoct any new interesting blends. Okay, you're probably gonna die, but I'm gonna check through all of them just to be sure. Alright, you have a law background, you have to live. Jonas leads an enviable life of moral integrity. They have it figured out. In their prime, they enjoy the fruits of their well-established position. When not engaged in upholding the law, they dabble in a vineyard, which started as an elaborate joke related to their name. Riesling. I don't know how to pronounce alcohol names. Manuel Castellan. After decades of working as a doctor, Manuel ultimately just got really tired of it. Nowadays, they're experimenting with dead bodies, trying to sew them together in order to create some sort of a new life form that could potentially live forever. Law. Samura has worked in the homicide department only for a few years, but has already shown great talent in solving seemingly unsolvable murder cases. They're currently after an unknown serial killer who is suspected to be working for the local church. Ashaki loves nature and enjoys planning, so they decided to put those two together. Their main expertise is in environmental restoration, reintroducing balanced habitats into abandoned industrial areas. They're an avid drawing enthusiast, often seen sketching wildlife in pencil art. Nobody really knows when Theodore started their pilgrimage, but it is speculated they've been walking along various pilgrimage paths, helping random strangers and righting wrongs for almost 10 years. Okay, you dying that's an easy one. You live. I only get to let one more live, so okay. I kinda wanna see where you're going, but also I really don't. So, die. So then these two people, both 30, abandoned industrial areas. Alright, you can help fix the problem I made the other day. Unfortunately, that means you have to die, Theodore. But is Fate back? Nope. The cat seems to be in slumber, occasionally emanating a soft snore-like purr. Seemingly in sleep, she swings her languid paw at the rubber toy. The toy laments their misery. What are you, rubber toy? The toy squeaks out in reply. The cat slams her paw down on the noisy gerbil. I'm getting a bit of a bad feeling. Lady Poddington lifts up her paw, then pauses. Time seems to grind to a halt, until she finally whacks her paw at the toy, knocking it flying off the table. The toy proclaims as it falls somewhere on the ground, hidden from your vision. Sluggishly, the cat turns to sniff the usual pile of documents. The cat continues inspecting the documents for a few seconds, then turns away, seemingly pleased. Hey, can I ask you some questions instead? The cat stares at you, slowly blinking. What do you think of fate? The cat notes melodiously. She blinks at you, perplexed. What do you think of death? The cat shakes her head in a manner which seems entirely undecipherable. She blinks at you, perplexed. But what do you think of the common systems of taxation? I mean, taxing the impoverished, giving cuts and benefits to the already rich? The whole system only creates a trickle-up system were it equal to begin with. Actually, no, eat the rich, that's what I've always said. The cat is absent-mindedly poking the papers on the desk with her paw. And it's clearly not balanced, hence why people always end up with a version of oligarchy. The cat is starting to nod off, and technically that has nodding in it, so it signals agreement. She blinks at you, perplexed. Wait, why am I trying to talk to a cat? The cat emits a sequence of low-pitched meows, possibly indicating her value as a discussion partner. You're right. Alright, that was informative. I'll be going now. The cat curls back into a ball and continues her previously disturbed slumber. What you got today?
Ahoy, matey! What can old Mortimer offer ye today?
I don't have enough for any of these things. Actually, I could buy smokes. I don't want to buy smokes. I wouldn't mind buying a new hat, but otherwise, I'm fairly happy with my appearance unless there's something else that jumps out as really cool. Alright. What do you have today, since I didn't buy anything yesterday?
Avast ye! Pursue the finest booty you've ever seen.
Alright. Can't buy the fidget spinner, but I could potentially buy these tentacles if I do perfect today. So let's go perfect it. Lucky day, or is it? Ah, the unjustly denigrated unlucky number 13. Oh yeah, it is 13. I fail to see the relevance of this kind of numerology. It is but a day, like all other days. 3 humans have to die. Humans in the field of religion have to die. Spare any humans with an artistic background. Corpse-stealing doctor found dead. Neck snapped. It's alive. A monstrosity lurking around the back alleys of Cosmopolis City. Dang it. So he succeeded. They succeeded. Deserted sand quarry turned into an ecological sanctuary attracts rare bird species. Another serial killer caught by Detective Samurai L. Downey. Hostage crisis solved at local courthouse. Experimenting drug dealer invents powerful hallucinogen, accidentally stumbles off bridge. The living corpse is real and here to eat your children. Thanks, Truth Exploder. Okay, artistic background, live, and field of religion have to die. Aswari found religion after hitting rock bottom. After selling a family clock radio for a tiny fix, they got mugged in an alleyway, but found help in a nearby church. After living through withdrawal, their life felt filled with an otherworldly warmth, so they devoted themselves to helping others in a situation similar to what theirs have been. Sorry, that's religious, you gotta die. Stonecutter. Gerhardt cuts and carves stone blocks out of stone at the local quarry. That's basically it. There's very little else going on in their lives. Their dream is to visit some of the highest mountains in the world, to maybe cut a tiny chunk of stone out of those too. That might be artistic, so we'll consider you for living. Adapa the First, unemployed monstrosity, alive or dead. This undead creation of Manuel Castellan usually hides in either the sewers or Cosmopolis City, or at the cabins in the surrounding forest. They're eloquent and always interested in discussing existential philosophy, ideas surrounding life and death, for obvious reasons. Marie Emile Long. Marie's all about living in the present, artistic. Their past long forgotten. Several years ago, they moved to live near the glacier at Northern Point. Marie's always loved mountaineering, photography, sculpting, sculpturing, and modern dance. Alright. Live. Construction is the lifeblood of any advance into civilization. High rises strewn across the horizon, truly a glorious sight, but we can do better. That's what Natsume thinks, at least. Lately, they've started researching more ecological sound architectures, what some might call arcologies. Okay, hang on. You're dead. You're alive. You're alive. So I need 2 more dead. Still a part-time scholar, part-time engineer, and part-time musician who delights in building their own musical instruments out of scrap and spare parts. Huh? Haven't I seen this before? Oh, neat. I could... Interesting. I accidentally drew on you some. Mustache. Scribble that out. Interesting. Huh. Well, that's weird. Okay. So, 2 of the remaining 3 have to die. After decades of unsuccessful attempts at turning mercury into gold, Ultar decided to utilize their alchemy talents into healthcare. They carefully mix together various chlorine and sulfur containing compounds and sell it as a cure for everything. Alright, you dying is easy. Alright, stone cutting. Does that count as artistry? But I would like to... I'm letting the corpse live. Which means you have to die. Go. Sorry for scribbling on that one. Hope I don't get yelled at. The cat lounges on the table, brushing her ear with her paw. Without even glancing at the document, she purrs softly, content at your accuracy and competence. I hope my gift is doing well. The sad little gerbil squeaks. The cat rolls her eyes, which is, admittedly, a very bizarre thing to observe. She notes, then curls into a ball, indicating it's time for you to leave. Oh. Only got 300 a day. I guess stone cutting does count as art. Which is not surprising, but I didn't want it to, because I wanted to save the corpse. Oh. What's up today, Sari?
Why, hello again. The den is always glad to see a returning customer. 2 weeks down and you're still kicking. Well done. Say, I've been thinking and, I was hoping you'd explain it to me, the process. I mean...
Sure, what's up?
How do you make the choices? How do you really decide who gets to live and who doesn't?
I carefully compare all data within the requirements.
Your dedication and diligence are noteworthy. Must take you a long time, though.
I mean... But it's worth it to avoid mistakes.
Yeah, unless mistakes are made somewhere else.
I guess.
Never mind me. I simply ain't one to trust a chain when I can see the other end. Okay, then, another question I've been pondering about the process.
I love answering questions. What you got?
Do you think about the people after you've made the decision? Or do you forget all about them after it's done?
I mean, I remember, but what's done is done.
Doesn't all of it make you anxious?
Sure, some.
Sure makes me, and I ain't even the one choosing. Yeah, I don't think I could handle the pressure. Gazing upon the decision tree, how it branches out across infinity, across space and time. Anyway, this has been enlightening. Thanks for the answers. Anything I can get you?
What's the deal with Lady Poddington?
Fate's cat? She's an adorable furball, ain't she? Always skulking around in search of mischief. She sneaks down here, too, so I feed her a few morsels.
I want to pet the cat, but I don't want to die.
The fur's like perfect velvet, you know. It's nice she keeps Fate company. Fate's archaic. All those aeons might not be good for the, you know, mentality.
I guess that makes sense.
What else you got in mind?
Someone contacted me using a profile.
Oh? What did this mysterious entity want?
They asked me to mark everyone to death, for one.
And you following, or what?
No, I'm more... not telling could be dangerous.
You're already dead, ain't you? What's the worst that could happen?
Non-existent. Worse than death.
Elsewise, truth be told, I'm of little help. I don't know what goes around in the office, I just own the den.
Fair.
What else you got in mind?
I, keep hearing voices.
That's so. Well, most of us hear voices a lot of the time.
No, there's a voice in the mirror?
Ah, wait, so you got a mirror that reflects back your own voice?
No, it's some other voice.
Hey, it's fine to talk to yourself. I'm sure it's rough at the office. Vocalizing's gotta help process the thoughts and feelings,
Eh?
Or maybe it's your conscience trying to kick through the barrier. Becoming a Reaper ain't easy, so you haven't fully internalized the struggle, you're not happy with your work, or you sense something's off. But what do I know? I'm just a barkeep, so that makes me only half a therapist.
I'll be going
Au
now.
revoir, Lil Reaper.
Alright, another Reaper I could talk to. But I'm talking to you first.
Accentuate the morphological field. Some reclassification of the framing stratum.
What you got?
Ah, I should have known. Scaffolding of the antediluvian complex.
I like antediluvian.
Oh, maybe. Meta-resonance trigger.
It's you! I've seen you wobble around in the cellar somehow through the floor.
An amazing feat, young spawnling. Oh, yes, that is I down in the depths. I am the prime curator of the Abysmal Archive. The archive of all existence.
Alright.
Or the bits I've managed to catalog thus far. Did you know there is a lot of existence?
I figured as much.
More than you are able to conceive.
Probably.
Yet I see promise in you, Spawnling. So, let me tell you a secret.
Alright, what you got?
You see, the archive sprouts a mind. Eons ago. Incomprehensible to most.
Like Hermaeus Mora, from the Elder Scrolls series.
Those were the days. We were so young then, Fate and I. Two strapping lads. There was little in the archive initially, but it didn't take long for it to start growing, expanding.
The archive is alive?
The archive whispers and murmurs, shifts and sings. It's alive, in a sense. Conscious, in a sense.
Fair.
We couldn't foresee this happening, the awakening of the archive. Its development into a unique organism.
So what do you do about it?
We care for the archive, exploring its unstable pathways, researching new topics. Sometimes we do battle, without doing damage, mind you.
Okay.
We can't be losing any ancient knowledge to carelessness.
How does one navigate the archive?
Carefully. It wouldn't be wise to stumble into the archive without an escort who understands the territory.
Fair. That sounds... yeah.
Spaced folds becoming labyrinthine. One can get lost. I know, I've misplaced a few interns in this manner. Poor sods. Although no one knows what happens to the disappeared, they may not be dead. Well, any more dead than one already is in this office.
I want to visit the archive.
Alas, visitations are limited to professional archivists only.
Ah, fair enough.
Ah, it calls to me, so I must return. I hope you enjoyed our talk.
I did. It was enlightening in a weird kind of way.
Hey again. What can I get you?
What can you tell me about the archivist?
The prime curator of the archive, you mean? They work down in the cellar, below Mortimer. I haven't met anyone so enamored with structure and organizations before, but I guess it comes with the territory. You two ought to get along fine. Heck, just bond over the equilibrium and standardizations and the like. Maybe you should eventually apply for an archive job instead.
Absolutely.
Nah, I'm kidding. I don't think it works like that. The Abysmal Archive is a wild land, and not easy to enter. What else you got in mind?
Okay, bye.
Au revoir, Lil Reaper.
Oh, this episode got a little long, huh? I'm gonna end this one off here, and the next episode we'll talk to this other Reaper. For now, though, bye bye!